Enjoy them while you can. Fuck. Farming for the goat, I guess. Hello, Sheba. If I have to say it one more time, I am never touching ZZZ until I hear that Sunbringer is near. Get it through your skulls. even log in for the anniversary gifts? Bro, I don't even have ZZZ downloaded. Like, unless the anniversary gift is Ellen giving me a lap dance, I am not fucking re-downloading ZZZ for that shit. I heard they'll give Remiel skin for free. I don't care. Ugh, I don't care about Remiel anyways. Gooner bait. Mid. Whatever else slander. Even though I'm not paying attention. Yep. Hope you had a good day too. Actually like burning over here. This is the most miserable experience ever. Even Sunbringer is Gooner bait? No. Sunbringer is Gooner gem. While Remiel is Gooner sloth. That's the difference. Learn the difference. Fuck. Bro, I got this water out of the fridge 20 minutes ago, and it's already sweating its balls off, and it feels warm. What a joke. Bunch of garbage. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Give me more garbage, please. I love this game and its double relics events that give fuck all. Give me 10 jades, Blade. Thank you, buddy. Oh, give me 10 jades, Sparksy. Thank you. Do you think E2 Evernight is a good investment? No, I think it's a terrible investment and it bricks your account if you go for it. Can't wait to see more infinite loops. Infinite loops is the most like manufactured, like artificially manufactured HSR topic I've ever seen in my life. Like, my brain rots every time I see a discussion about infinite ult loops. Because everybody partaking in said discussion cannot actually do that infinite ult loop. It's just a bunch of LARP. LARP Sahur. But to be honest, I guess that's hypocritical since I made a video about it. So fuck me, I guess. It's either ult loops or, yeah, the Archer versus Gilgamesh shit, that's like massively overblown. Ow, Gilgamesh is so trash. He's so trash. Tier 3 brick. 3 standard poles. Let me go for E1 Archer, that makes no fucking difference. Because Gilgamesh is that much of a brick. It's like, the LARPing. E1 Archer isn't even close to Goga. E1 Archer is genuinely like comparing dirt to gold. Wait, I didn't clear. Well, I mean, is it really my fault? Archer from E0 to E1 raises his average cycles clear by around 2 to 3 cycles. What type of LARP am I reading right now? You think E1 Archer like doubles his performance? Are we talking like pre-Nova Sparkle, pre-Rin? Maybe then. In this day and age, that E1 is a brick. But no, if you go to the Archer main subreddit, they're trying to convince everybody that E1 Archer actually increased in value because now you can use a single Rin skill that does less damage than one of Archer's arrows. Yay. What fucking value, man. I'm still sticking by this. When Saber and Gilga get Nova Sunday, Archer is going to be weaker than the Saber Gilga comp. I want every single fucking Archer Glazer who shits on Gilgamesh's synergy with Saber to stay on that side when they finally get a synergistic third slot support. That shit's so mid. No, you don't understand, man. The people in my comments are fucking raging at me when I make a video talking about how Archer E1 is nearly useless. Because, oh, it's not actually useless. It's a 5% jump. So, that's not nearly useless by my standards. Fucking semantics, man. Garbage E1. Throw that shit in the garbage. You give me 2 crit rolls, and it's better than Archer's E1. Give me 2 crit rate rolls. Bam. That's Archer's E1. Oh my fucking god. The problem with Sunday Nova is that he's a single target buffer. My brother, he's can easily become an AoE buffer. He's an AoE buffer in Currency Wars too. All the semi-reliable leaks about his Nova have all said he's going to be an AoE buffer. Like, I'm not going to entertain the fact that he stays a single target buffer. Silverwolf was changed to AoE. Yeah, but you don't understand, man. If an HSR player doesn't have what's happening right in front of their fucking face, it's impossible to predict what a Nova, what a character's Nova would be. No matter how obvious it seems. It's simply impossible until the game officially announces it so. This is how it goes like 90% of the time whenever I talk about like character kits and the likelihood of them getting buffed in a certain way. It's always the same conversations every time. Oh, but how do you know? How do you know? For all you know, this shit could be dog shit. His buffs don't get changed, his energy regen doesn't get buffed, he's still a single target buffer, and now Nova Sparkle, who was given for free, is better than him still. What a trash character. Wasted ass Nova. For an account with Saber, would it not be better to get Archer? Or without Saber? Uh, did you get Nova Sparkle for free in 4.0 or nah? Why doesn't Rin get slandered as much and she's a bot for Archer? I was literally talking about this in my last stream about the sheer hypocrisy that there is with the way people treat Rin and Gilga, despite the fact that Gilga is the better character. Like, they're the same fucking thing, and every time I see Rin mentioned in like it's like, oh my god, the goat. Look at the goat and how good she is with Archer, and she has a main DPS, and she has decent early verticals. What a goddess! And then every post about Gilgamesh is talking about how he's the most brick character who's dropping into T 1.5 on release, and Saber is gonna be bricked after 2 patches again. When Gilgamesh does more for his main DPS and has more team variety than Rin does. Somehow. Average HSR Doom posting. Different time stream. I'm trying to force myself to be awake nearly 24 hours to change my like fix my sleep schedule, which is why I'm streaming right now. I'm not streaming because I was like, oh, I can't wait to talk with everybody. I just wanted something to distract myself with because I'm tired as hell. If I do anything else, I'd be too bored and I'd fall asleep quickly. I appreciate you guys being here though. This feels like V4 again. I mean, it's like there's nothing else for people to talk about other than Gilga Break, infinite ult loops, and I don't know, some fucking other thing. I mean, at least the HSR community hasn't really gotten to zero AVing yet. The second zero AVing becomes an actual, like, casual discussion in the meta space of this game, I might, like, call it quits at that point, bro. I don't know how much more I can take of, like, the meta discussion devolving in this game. Oh yeah, also the Annie character Doom posters acting like Cassie wasn't fucking getting beaten by a Fei Xiao with 4 stars and a Herta with 4 stars for multiple patches. But then they'll say, oh, Silverwolf not being the best low cost zero cycler and best high cost zero cycler right off release. You know, oh, how bricked. This is the worst Annie main DPS yet. I totally haven't seen this pattern before. Grants the wearer the express cohort bond. Ooh, a speed amp. You can take it, Eggy. For now. Hello. People calling Faye E2 merchant? Like... my hatred for people who hate investing into Eidolons, but then see a team that requires like full E0 S1 best in slots across the board, and they're like, oh, this team is better. Like, they make me angry. Irrationally angry. You hate a 3 or 4 cost investment into a DPS with free-to-play supports, but then love an 8 cost investment across the team because it's not Eidolons. I'll never understand that mentality. Himeko getting called E2 merchant? I hate it. And that, like, it gets even worse. We've gone from E2 merchant to now, like, frequently in my chat, people say E2 baseline. Like, do you know what baseline means? The fuck you mean E2 baseline? E2 is getting, like, 0 cycles against AA King with free-to-play supports. That's not baseline. Not even a 0 cycle in AA King is enough for these people anymore. You need a fucking 0 AV something at 1 cost in order for it to be considered impressive. You can't have good Eidolons either. If you have shit Eidolons, people are like, oh, you're a horizontal goat, like a Noxa. If you have goated Eidolons and still as good of a baseline, people will push an agenda and call you an E2 merchant anyways. I remember someone came in saying Saber's E6 baseline. Okay, to be fair, Saber, if we're not including Gilga right now, like if you run Saber and your goal, I guess, is 0 cycles, she kinda is E6 baseline pre-Gilga. Like, I'm pretty sure all her fastest 0 cycles are all E6 with like E2 Cyrene. Like, bro, this is what I mean. People are ungrateful. They're ungrateful. They're complaining about a free Dahlia for their Saber. Like, Saber used to be such a brick, right? She still cleared within 5 cycles, yeah. But the 0 cycles were looking sketched. 1 year later, she gets Gilgamesh. She gets Nova Huohuo. And she's probably going to get Nova Sunday near the end of this version too. And people are talking about how the fake characters... Oh, Saber got so mistreated. Oh, it's disgusting. Tell me how Yun Li is doing. Tell me how Argenti is doing. Ungrateful. Anoxa being glazed even though he's one of the worst aging Ampho DPS? Yes, and I have been on like the forefront saying this since this guy's fucking release, right? I've been one of those like one of the few who was always onto the bullshit with Anoxa. Like, he has good MOC clears, but his synergy with free to play supports, and because the HP wasn't high enough yet, was the only reason the guy was getting the lowest cost zero cycles for a few patches. You raise the HP inflation even like a tiny bit more, and this guy's cost for zero cycling suddenly goes up by 1. And then you like this cycle just keeps repeating itself, and because his verticals are so trash, the guy just ends up falling off a cliff with enough HP inflation hit, and then everybody just goes ahead who has better verticals. But no, he's the best DPS. He's the best free to play. Oh yeah, the best DPS, Anoxa. You want to know his 3 team variations? Cyrene, RMC, and Saridra. Saridra, RMC, and Cyrene. And then RMC, Cyrene, Saridra. Those are his 3. Those are his 3 fucking teams in this game, man. Anoxa is a sub DPS? No. He was a sub DPS. And then midway through Ampho, they realized that they could prioritize selling him as a main DPS because unexpectedly he had good synergy with the action advancers. So that's why Cyrene's buff is mainly targeted towards buffing his damage instead of actually being a better team buff for his teams with the Herda. If Anoxa got a Nova Flare right now, his early Eidolons would probably be completely changed for personal damage increase. Like, you can tell that they learned from how shittily they handled Anoxa with Evernight. Because, like, yeah, Evernight has a busted E1 for buffing the team, but then she also has a busted E2 for her own personal damage for her main DPS version. By the time Evernight came around, that was when they actually got sub DPSs kind of down. But Anoxa, unfortunately, came a little too early. So he got the short end of the stick. Zero cycles are overrated? 100%. Zero cycles can be nice if you as a viewer can understand context, right? I think this is the issue most of the time. I even saw, like, for example, I'm scrolling through Reddit on Himiko mains because I'm planning to pull Himiko on some of my accounts, and I wanted to see if they had like any information there that might be able to help me. But like, I come across a few posts. There's this one guy on the Himiko mains. I think his name is like Potato something. This guy is agenda posting so hard to try and say that Himiko is fucking waste trash that needs to get buffed because after 2 patches she's going to be power crept without any after sales. I go into the comments. This person uploads like a 3 cause 0 cycle by Himiko against the MLC Graphia, and the comments are like, oh, this is kind of disappointing. Ashblade can get like a 1 or 2 cause 0 cycle against this boss, while Himiko can't. Keep in mind, Himiko overkills by an entire ultimate. Like, she has a full ultimate left by the end of it, and on top of this, like, Himiko is an AoE character, right? Like, the reason Ashblade is able to get lower cause 0 cycles is because there's nothing going against you if you just focus all of your damage solely on Graphia, right? Single target damage dealers almost always historically have the lowest cause 0 cyclers, zero cycles in MOC. This is why Anaxa, Phanon, bounce damage, right? Evanesia, ults bounce damage. Right now, Archer, single target. Ashblade, single target. These are all the lowest cause 0 cyclers. It's not because they actually overall have a higher damage output than someone else. It's because they can focus all of their damage output on one enemy, right? So when you actually look at context, sure, they might have a lower cause 0 cycle against this boss, but if you account for other endgame modes, and as well as higher targets, that's not the same story. Like, Himiko starts washing them, especially in Pure Fiction. Like, people think a character needs to be the best low cost 0 cycler across every mode against every, you know, type of enemy lineup, no matter the context. And if that isn't the case, they're like, oh, this character looks kind of underwhelming. They need to get buffed. Like, people just look for a character with 0 fucking flaws. Then they see a flaw and then they get mad about it. Like, 99% of people who are looking at, like people are just looking at, oh, this team has a lower cost clear, without looking at the context and without understanding why it might have a lower cost clear and the advantages slash disadvantages of the 2 different teams. Because I promise you, if you put, sure, like, you put Ashblade against single target and Himiko in single target, Ashblade is stronger. But in fairness, go to Pure Fiction. Himiko fucking washes Ashblade. I bet you she does. That's why it's dumb, in my opinion. It's like, people also do this revisionism about Cassie too. They're like, oh, Cassie didn't need all these best in slots. Brother, I guarantee you right now, if you go to the lowest cause 0 cycles for MOC after Cassie got Hyacine, you're going to find the Herda with probably 4-star supports and a Fei Xiao using Moze and Robin getting a lower cause 0 cycle than Cassie. Like, the same way people use agendas against Silverwolf currently to be like, oh, she's such an underwhelming Annie main push DPS. People were doing the same thing for Cassie back then, but there's just revisionism now by the new gens who weren't there at the time, who think Cassie was always like this omnipotent team. It wasn't. It only became like the most glazed team in the game after she got Evernight plus Irene. Before that, even after Hyacine, Phanon was actually someone who could compete, if not be better, because of his E2 investment and running Sustainless pretty easily. Like, imagine that. Legitimately, imagine it. You're the 3.2 any main push DPS. You get Hyacine. You're getting Shield. And you're losing to Fei Xiao with 4 stars. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because her team wasn't finished, once again, right? Like, you have to wait for these teams to finish before you start agenda posting against them. Because it just never works. I swear to God. It's like, it's just another fell for it again award. It never ages well. To be honest, this applies to Himiko mains too. Why am I scrolling through social media and scrolling through like clears about Himiko, and people are talking about Himiko as if her team is finalized? Like, this is a main push DPS, and you genuinely think her finalized team is Sunday, Standard Welt, and Donhung PT? Like, get real, bro. She's getting at least one. You know? She's getting at least one after sales, surely. Like, people always do this with main pushes. They did the same thing with Phenon too. Back then, when Phenon was in his beta, and I was telling people, like, wait until Ceridra's kit. Ceridra is definitely going to be his best in slot and buff him. They were like, oh, how do you know? How do you know he's going to get Ceridra? What do you mean, how do I fucking know? He's a main push. Of course I fucking know. It's obvious. It's always the same semantics every time a new fucking main push comes around. Well, yeah, it's fine to go for Evernight. I'm not saying that, like, you need to pull Himiko, otherwise your account is bricked. But, like, I feel like a lot of nuance is lost in today's discussion about, like, oh, which team is better, which DPS is better. Because people will just go to the Herda website and be like, oh, look at this. Better Zero Cycle. Ooh, MOC Zero Cycle by Ashblade. This team is way better than Himiko. Like, it's so brain rotted. Who do you think is the most free-to-play friendly character to come out recently? Himiko? If we don't include... Okay. If you have gotten free Archer and free Nova Sparkle from that 4.0 selector, it's Archer. But outside of that, it's definitely Himiko. Because Himiko synergizes with RMC. She works with Nova Sparkle quite well, actually. She works well with Donhung PT. She works well with Huo. She works well with M-Blade. She works well with Welt. Like, she has a disgusting amount of teams. It's definitely Himiko. What about Evanescea? Not really. Evanescea isn't as, like, generally synergizable as Himiko. Evanescea's early vertical investment isn't as good as Himiko's either. And to be honest, there's a higher chance that Himiko gets better after sales in the future than Evanescea. Because Himiko's a main push too. In my opinion, Himiko is just better than Evanescea in, like, everything. Evanescea is better if you're a zero AV brain rot person, because what she can do in MOC with Cyrene is like, oh, you save an ult because you kill the first wave incredibly quickly with like an E2 Evanescea, E2 Cyrene team, and then you use Cyrene ult, you have 2 ults, and then you just completely shit on the second boss phase with enough damage, with enough investment. That's about it. That's about it, in my opinion. Yeah, Evanesia needs Yao Guang. Evanesia also quite likes EMC as well. And then at high investments, basically Cyrene. Like, Evanesia doesn't have anywhere near the amount of same, like, team variety slash free-to-play friendliness as Himeko. Himeko has, like, multiple different team comps that you can run. And some of them don't even have that many, if at all, Astral Express characters. I remember in Phanon beta, you were doing calcs with an imaginary Saridra kit that would double every meteor, since the leaks just said she copies skills. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, can you blame me? Like, that's what Saridra should have been. No offense. In my opinion. Some people might argue it was too strong, but like, bro, Saridra is one of the worst best in slot supports I've ever seen a main push get in my fucking life. And I don't like, I'm being dead serious. All because of her fucking 6 stacks. It takes 6 stacks to be able to use a double meteor, man. Like, fuck. Jeez. She doesn't even have... I'm pretty sure I talked about this in a recent video and I ranted about it a bit. Like, none of her earlier Eidolons reduce her stack requirement, which makes it even more shameless. Like, usually you'll get, like, supports like Emblade. Yeah, Emblade's actually a really good example. Like, Emblade reduces his count for needing a follow-up from 9 to 7 with his E2. She has nothing. She's an attack buffer for a guy who has, like, fucking 5 to 6k attack in his ultimate. She has self-damage traces for a character who's never gonna do damage because Phanon's the only one in his fucking ultimate. Like, I don't want to think about it. How long do you think Rin Sparkle Donhung PT will last an endgame? Long enough. Probably a year more, at least. If the goal is 5 cycles. I mean, even if they don't change Saridra's stack requirement for double skills, because I do find it semi-understandable, it's possible that some shenanigans may be able to happen with Anoxa, since he's the best at stacking her double skills. Like, at least just give her the Sparkle Nova special, right? And what likely Sunday Nova is also gonna get. Like, just make the buffs better, you know? At least. Like, why are you an attack buffer, bro? Like, what the... Like, the indirect upgrade for My Day was right fucking there in front of their faces. Let's make Saridra best in slot for Phanon and Anoxa. Okay, because we're finally pivoting to Anoxa main DPS instead of making him a slave for Thirda. Make her an attack buffer, even though she has good synergy with My Day. What are you doing? Bro, What? What are you doing? Like, you just made high. Bro, in my last stream, I already showed my chat. I did a Hyacine heal, and it only generated 5 of Godslayer charge for my day. 5! His E2 allows him to generate up to 40. It's an eighth of what he's supposed to get healed for his Godslayer charge. So he gets fucked over by Hyacine synergy. Oh, it's okay, because now he has Cyrene who gives him Godslayer charge, and Hyacine synergizes well with... bullshit! Just bullshit! I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. Nice, Pablo. Yeah, Silverwolf Doom posting is quite over exaggerated. Bro, still mad about that My Day E2? Bro, it's the biggest daylight robbery of an E2 I've ever seen. Bro, people complain about Acheron E2. They have it easy. They have it easy in comparison to My Day E2 pullers. Oh my god, it's the most useless future rail. I will admit it. If there is one grave mistake I've ever made in terms of investing into a DPS's Eidolons, My Day is the only fucking one. E2 is the biggest rug pull I've ever seen for a DPS's E2 in my fucking life playing this game. Absolutely useless garbage. All because these devs are too focused on sucking off Cassie's team. Like, oh my god, man. Surely Rekka will save My Day E2. Rekka is a ghost. He doesn't exist. Rekka is literally just Screwlum V2 for the new gens. Every time a leaker talks about Rekka, oh, well, one of the possible upcoming Remembrance characters who's abundance based could be Rekka, you know, from Sakura Haven. And then it's fucking Robin, right? Like, it's just a bunch of bullshit. It's just a conspiracy theory at this point. Neither Screwlum nor Rekka actually exist as playable characters. It's never gonna happen. Like, it's all just bait. It's legit just bait. I wouldn't be surprised if Hoyo purposely drip feeds Screwlum and Rekka kit leaks just for, like, the male lovers in this game who are thinking of, like, there hasn't been anything of good quality since My Day, in my opinion. I might drop this game. And then they see, oh, maybe Rekka is upcoming soon. And then they're like, oh my god, Maybe I'm gonna stay longer. Maybe Rekka actually releases. You fool! You absolute buffoon! You've fallen for it again. And I bet you'll fall for it again. When Sakura Haven makes another leak in early version 5, but oh, there's one Remembrance character in this version. Oh, Rekka could possibly be in here. Is Phanon E6 a bad Eidolon that you pulled too? Uh, Phanon E6 has definitely lost value in Cyrene comps, but the true damage on Meteor is still quite useful. It's not as good of an E6 as I'd like it to be, maybe, in comparison to some other like goated E6s for characters, but it's not like terrible. So no, I don't really like look back on Phanon's E6 and have nightmares about having spent on it. Stefan Lloyd is gonna be character. See, like, this is another bait. Stefan is never gonna be playable, man. It's just more bait on top of endless bait. I was about to drop the game and then I read the leak about Kafka SP and Acheron SP. There you go. There's the bait. There's a bunch of bait everywhere. I mean, in my opinion, the best value for Phanon E6 in the future is probably Sunday Nova. Because although Cyrene diminishes the value of his E6's main value has always been the fact that you could overcap enough stacks to do like 2 ultimates in a row, which at E6, Phanon can quite easily kill endgame content in 2 ultimates. So like if you get Sunday Nova and he's now buffing on the same level as Sparkle Nova and his E1 gets reworked, now Phanon's hitting like nearly 100% defense shred with his Lycone and E1 Ceridra. In this case, his E6 actually goes up in value. It does go up if Sunday's Nova is like a Sparkle Nova situation. So, you know, you can see it either way. Isn't Phanon E2S5 better than E6S1? No, not in my opinion. In terms of a pure damage increase, yes, but a pure damage increase isn't always better. The QOL behind his E6 functioning similarly to Triby's E1, like it's the same reasoning why Triby's E1 can come in completely massive in higher target scenarios. Or like the greatest example of Phanon's E6's value, just like Triby's E1, is Pure Fiction. Pure Fiction is one of his worst modes because of the AV consumption, but that E6, 36% total damage gets turned into true damage on the highest HP mob. That shit helps a lot. If the main thing Sunday Nova does is team wide buffs, his Nova isn't only going to be one thing. Like, that's not how Novas work. Novas are Eidolon reworks, base kit reworks, and number buffs. They did it with Silverwolf, and they did it with Sparkle. They're gonna do it again with him. There's no reason for him to get the shittiest Nova flare so far. Especially considering he's actually targeted for Himiko's team, which should give him a bit of a payola. Woho Nova exists. It's just not the same. Like, bro, Whoa is the best sustain in the game. Like, if you go to Pride Win statistics and you see like the best sustain for average clear, Whoa is the best sustain in the game. Right? Currently, Sparkle is the best single target action advancer in the game. What makes you think Sunday getting Nova'd is going to be suddenly nowhere near Sparkle's Nova, and he's not going to come close to Sparkle's level? Like, it just, like, you guys draw the weirdest comparisons. A support isn't a sustain. Also, the only reason Huohuo's Nova is underwhelming is because they want to sell the Elation sustain for the Elation teams. Is Huohuo stronger than Hyacine? Generally, 100%. Yes. Hyacine is stronger in her specific niche. But Huohuo is better generally, and it's not even close. Because there's way more teams that can use attack buffs plus energy regen. And then also Hyacine tends to be like a skill point black hole. Huohuo's healing capabilities, although not flawless, she can basic attack most of the time with her kit. She doesn't always need to consume skill points. So, like, I've been saying this for a long time. Wowo's Nova hate is just incredibly overdone. Could they have done more with the Nova? Yes, that's understandable. But like, Huohuo herself is not a bad sustain in the slightest. And in fact, it's arguable she's the best. Is Gilgamesh's Lycone worth 200 rolls? Fuck no. His Lycone is mid, yeah. It's just, it's not anything really that good. I mean, that's just a consistency among the fake. Actually, no. Rin has a good or a good Lycone. Like, Rin is the only of the fake characters where the Lycone is actually a good pull. That's the only one. The rest of them, it's like incredibly mid. Like, really, really mid. Bam. 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 How is Himiko E2 with E0 Welt and E0 Emblade? I don't know. A majority of Himiko clears I've seen haven't really used both of them at the same time. They've usually used them separately. It should be fine though. It should be work. It's not like it's bad or anything. I just don't know how exactly it compares. I expected Gilgamesh's LC to be a little bait. No, his E1 is the bait. It's the same as Archer E1. Well, to be fair, it's much harder for Gilgamesh's E1 to lose value over time, unlike Archer's E1, which makes it a bit more of a safe investment. But yeah, like they're kind of similar. Archer was also a bit more of an E1 bait on release. Same with Goga. That seems to be the free character special. Can E0 dot clear until mid V5? How am I supposed to know? Like I get you want a genuine answer, but like I don't know what type of HP inflation / enemy shilling is going to be hit by then. E0 dot? I feel like it might struggle if it's like full E0 dot, not gonna lie. Like dot with like Kafka E1 and Heislin's E1 at least, like those two specifically, yeah, I could see it surviving. But full E0 for a casual player? I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I'm not completely sure. Because I have dot on my own, on my Firefly account. I have dot. It's like E1 Kafka, E1 Heislin's, and then E0 S1 Swan. And I get like still 1 or 2 cycles with sustain. But I'm fully aware that like E1 Heislin's and E1 Kafka make quite the difference. So full E0 would definitely take more cycle clearage. I have 5 cost dots still clearing 3 cycles. Yeah, that's fine for working now, but like made version 5 is a bit crazy. That's a year from now. I don't know about that much, not gonna lie, without investing a little more. Silverwolf 99 is beautiful. She didn't deserve the hate she got when people saw her drip. It is an eternal recurrence in the HSR community. The second an SP gets dropped, everybody needs to focus on Doom posting about how it's recycle rail and how shit the design looks and how it could have been a skin until the character officially comes out, and then they receive glaze weeks after. And then a new SP comes out, and then people are like, oh, why couldn't this SP be as good as Evernight? Why couldn't it be as good as Silverwolf? Why couldn't it be an Emblade SP? And then the cycle infinitely repeats. Endless revisionism. People don't realize SPs are the same character? Yeah. SPs can either border on the extreme of like Evernight, or they can be more casual like Aventurine SP and Robin SP. But people, for some reason, want SP to be completely defined by one version, right? Like, oh, every SP needs to be Evernight-esque. Or if you're going to set a standard, then every SP needs to be like Robin and Aventurine-esque, where the character doesn't change that much. Like, people think it needs to be one thing. And if it deviates from that one thing even a little bit, then they start losing their fucking mind. Because it's not, like, tailored towards them. It's not that big of a deal, I promise. Did they Doom post Himiko too? Yeah. Bro, people were slandering Himiko. The first thing I saw when Himiko's gameplay got released was people on Twitter trying to slander her hair. Like, that was the first thing they did. They're like, "Oh, look at how chopped the hair is. Old Himiko is even better than this one." Like, bro, they don't fucking give up, man. Yeah, but people were saying her hair looks like seaweed. That's what I was seeing. They were calling it seaweed. Yeah, I've also seen people complaining about the fact that she's not really in her own animations all that much, and it's basically all the mecha. Like, there's always a bajillion different complaints for every single fucking SP when they release. Every time. It's endless. Did you reach ReZero Season 4? Hell no. I'm still halfway through Season 1 and I haven't re-picked it up. I just haven't had, like, the energy or time for it. I think I have no issues with people giving opinions, but I think just like something that has naturally happened over time with the internet becoming more commonplace is like people will talk about their own personal opinions as if they're objective fact. And then when people come to tell them this isn't objective fact, this is like your personal opinion, people are like, "Oh, you're hating. Oh, why do you care so much? It's just my opinion." Like, that's the problem. Like, people have forgotten to like talk about like, "Oh, this is something I don't like. This isn't really something I prefer. This isn't really my tastes." It's all, "No, this is dog shit. This is straight up trash. They should have. This SP is objectively trash. They're scamming you. Everybody's getting scammed because I said so, and it doesn't matter what you actually think. This shit is just garbage." Is kind of how a lot of people talk these days. Yeah, exactly. That's like 6% HP inflation. Whoa, wait, fuck now, yeah. I don't know, man. It's just, ow, my hand, ow. What the fuck, ow. What do I have, arthritis? Why does it hurt when I stretch it? Oh, fuck. Claire, I think you're a latent homosexual. What is that even supposed to mean? Take a break from Fortnite? Brother, you think I'm playing Fortnite? I haven't played Fortnite in like 2 or 3 months. Like, I'm getting to the point where I am about to completely quit playing like any type of competitive game. I played Fortnite for years because of my friends. My friends then want to move on to another game because now they're too shit at Fortnite and they can't keep up with me. I moved to this other game that my friend's playing, Valorant. He's better than me for a few months. All of a sudden I become better than him and now he doesn't like playing that game either. I'm about to just fucking drop playing competitive games. Like, I love some of my friends, but they are so fucking miserable. Oh my god. I hate losers. I hate losers. Oh my like playing with sore losers, as unfortunate as it is, like I love them, but the second they start losing and they're not like better than the rest of the friend group, like they lose interest in playing a game, I hate it, bro. I hate it. Like, why did you even get me invested in this game to begin with if you were just going to quit the second you started falling off? I'm not even trolling. The last at least like 15 to 20 Valorant games I've played with my friends that used to be better than me legit like 1 or 2 months ago, they have bottom fragged half of them and I have top fragged half of them. But I'm on a bigger loss streak because of how shit they've been playing. Hop on League? Are you fucking crazy? Why would I want to play a game that has like more than a decade of history in it? That's insane. Marvel Rivals maybe, yeah. Because Marvel Rivals is more of a fresh game. That would be really easy to like catch up to the skill gap for. The player base also isn't that high, right? But League, oh hell no. Yeah, also like Valorant ranked right now is completely fucked because there was a hard rank reset. Ever since the hard rank reset, like yeah, technically we're in silver gold lobbies. I then go to Valo Tracker and I check these guys' rank in the last season and it's all plat 3 and low diamond. To be honest, there was also a diamond 3 in my last Valo game from last season who was in gold. Like the matchmaking is completely fucked because like I'm a peak gold 3 going against a last season diamond 3. Somehow I won that game. Top frag 2. My Phoenix on Ascent is godly. Because I know all the good flashes there. Do you not get the itch to queue from time to time? No. If I do solo queue, I'm going to have to deal with no commerce with zero coordination, and 90% of the time they're complete chuds. And then if I play with my friends, I know automatically that even if there's better team play and coordination and comms, they're probably gonna bottom frag and sell my shit if I don't top frag every game. It's like a lose-lose situation. I don't really look forward to like grinding competitive. Like, I'll play a competitive game for fun for a bit, and once again, I only switch to this game because of my friends. Like, I'll usually switch games only for my friends if they really want me to. But like, I'm not the old me. I'm not looking to be like top rank in every competitive game that exists anymore. You know? So I just don't really have that motivation. I have other priorities. What's examples of friend slop games? Mecha Chameleon, Among Us, yeah, Lethal Company, a bunch of other games. You can kind of get the gist of a friend slop game. It's basically like games that are kind of only fun if you play with friends. I hate friend slop games. Um, I think they're good for a refresher every once in a while. But to play consistently, I would get bored real fast. I think that's the thing with friend slop games. They get tiring pretty quickly if you like do it on repeat too much. Ugh. All right, chat. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm sorry. I have to go now. Hope you all have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Thanks for being here. And peace out.